It's Wednesday, my dudes, and the eye of Uatu is upon us. Do you think Uatu goes to the cosmic optometrist and he's like, sits down in the chair and he's all like, I am the Watcher. I see all. The doctor's like, that's great. Cover your left eye and read the last line, Mr. Watcher. And he's like, J? It looks like a J. A J? A Q? A Z? Anyway, tonight you won't need glasses to see the massive, careful, talent on our guest. Please welcome EyeofUatu to the show. And if that wasn't enough, stick around for this cool stuff and other cool stuff that might be happening. So let's stop wasting time. Watu, cue the intro. What? I mean, how could I not? Right?
I mean,
you think
you're like, you're like, I got a surprise for you, and I'm like, I don't like surprises, but this one I was pleasantly surprised. But also at the same time, I'm watching you do the intro, and you have your camera so high up that you're just like a little kid looking over the counter.
I know. I'm trying, and I'm like sitting farther back too, so that I can try to like make sure that I'm not. Also, I'm wearing my Magneto was right shirt that showed up from Nerd Riot today, so I'm really proud of that shirt.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I was thinking today, like, you think there's a cosmic optometrist? Can't you just picture him sitting there? I think that's a J. Oh, Mr. I see all, huh? Well, you've got astigmatism. Anyway, it's getting ridiculous in here. And in here happens to be Between Two Sentinels, episode 74. Who the hell allowed us to get this far? It's all your fault. You continue to show up, and we continue to. No, well, yes, it is your fault. You too, but everybody watching, and we continue to try to entertain you somewhat. At least get a few laughs in with all this crazy stuff that's happening outside of the real world, and come in here and forget your troubles, and be entertained by stupid purchases that we make that the internet makes us do. I blame the internet and the algorithm fully. So,
can I ask you?
Oh God.
Was it one of those reels like the Asian guy who was trying to sell signs, the light up signs?
Okay, no, it's like the guy who like pulls out his logo and then throws it on the wall. That was the one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that was the one. So the guy gave me a deal because I bought two. So. But I was like, how can I buy one and not get two? It seems silly, right?
There was another one I saw today of like you were supposed to get a washer dryer. What happened? And they were like, I can explain. There was a deal. You buy one, you buy two, you get one free. He's like, that's a great deal, but not for refrigerators.
I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe it's an Italian thing. I got two refrigerators in my house.
I got two also.
Yeah. See, you buy one, you get one free.
Yeah.
Anyway, how are you? Machu? How are you? What's going on?
I'm good. I finally finished this Build-A-Figure.
You made a kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To go with my zoo.
With murder paws. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah. So the elusive cable was the last one I needed to get.
The elusive cable. And
yeah.
I hear shout out to NYC Toy Junkie is in order.
Yes.
For, securing that for you. So
he hid it for me in a store, right? And like I messaged him and I was like, yeah, I think we're gonna get that cable. I don't want to wait until because like my GameStop order is supposed to ship out. It's supposed to arrive next week, and I'm like, I'll just hand it one off to you.
Yeah. I'll take a cable. I'll take a free cable.
I mean, if you want one sooner, I have another one now because he didn't see my message, and he left one at my house, and I was like, oh, okay. Cool, thanks. I'll give it back to you, or I'll see if J-Shot wants it.
I'm all for free stuff. You dropped this off because you found this one. So
I found that at GameStop.
I'll take that. And
I didn't cancel it.
Yeah, you better cancel it. And then, as if stuff showing up at my house this week wasn't enough, this showed up out of nowhere. This went up for like pre-order randomly, and was like it'll ship in August. Last run in Michelangelo.
Oh, nice.
So this went up on Amazon like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, sure, I'll pre-order it and forget about it. And then if I find it, I'll cancel it. So that's exciting.
So I just realized when I was looking
And
for
then,
my phone and I moved my head
yes.
over. Oh yeah, that
Yeah. And then,
the giant Channel 6
it's just a
building
Channel
behind you.
6 building. No big deal. So
Yeah.
flash breaking news. So, no big deal.
By the way, I realized when I moved my head
Uh-huh.
that the sign behind me is so freaking bright that I can't see the TV in front of me.
You
'cause I
can't
get
see
a
the
glare.
TV. Oh god. That's all right. I'll handle the comments. Let's see who's here. Steve Morrow in fangirl voice. It's Jay Sean Machu. It's Wednesday. Don't ever make me do that again, Steve. Josh Brown. Happy Wednesday. Hashtag what's in the box. Hashtag it's Alpha Flight. I think I got an Alpha Flight somewhere. Yeah, an Alpha Flight. You want an Alpha Flight? Everybody gets an Alpha Flight. You get an Alpha Flight. Bob gets an Alpha Flight. Everybody gets an Alpha Flight.
You're gonna use that for packing.
Yeah, it's packing materials. 1-6 Shooter says, "Woo, Tommy boy." 1-6 Shooter's been showing up lately, so I don't know. His regular Wednesday show must have canceled. So, Mantumaru with the that's my best I can do. So, Henrock, yo, Dom is in the house with the hello there. He says tonight's show being streamed from J Shot's from inside J Shot's boxes.
No, right in there.
What's up? It is bright here. And Ruby. No Chewing says, what's up, y'all? Don't forget to go check out TPC and the Toy Daddies tonight on the TPC Top 10. They've got Sir Dork. They start at 9 o'clock. So you can check them out right after us. Or catch them on the replay. Plenty of content on Wednesdays to check out. But you're here, stick around here first. So yeah, we're trying. Don't worry, we'll get to Tom. He's hanging out. He's not going anywhere. Toy Retsu says,
"Sup, Knights?"
He also is hitting us with the crackhead energy. Josh Brown saying, "Evening, folks." Grumps is hitting us with the "We're waiting." Relax, Grumps. We're coming. All right. You can't rush things. So, NYC Toy Junkie. This guy makes an amazing reel, and he's pulling the celebrity card, showing up. To be fair, Machu was showing up late before he was a celebrity. So,
true. It's called Filipino time.
Yeah, at least he's consistency. And was he rolls out red carpet? Really, it's okay. This energy level, love it. Pretty soon, only J Shot forehead will be in frame. I'll just start doing shows like this. This will be fine.
Like Wilson?
Everybody will be happier this way. Definite crackhead energy. It's gonna be a show tonight. Dem signs. Yeah, dem signs. Did you order it from Tony? Who's Tony?
That's the guy.
Yes, it is Tony. And he texts you too. And that's the best thing. These are nice. Thanks, Josh. Your homie Tony. That's it, Diggs. Yes. I didn't know it was Tony.
Yeah, Tony.
Yeah, he did. I didn't realize he was a thing.
He got you. He got you good.
He did. He got me. Tony got me. I'm telling you, man. If you hit me at the right time in the middle of the night, I'll order anything. Don't try it. Don't try it because I will.
Don't ever mention that to the chat. Don't ever. It's too late now.
1-6 Shooter saying Doc Ock or Doc Ock. Which one are we talking? Let's see. Berserk is first. Iceman. What is happening? I don't know what's happening. Is it because I keep syncing? Is that what we're talking about? 1-6 Shooter. Is it? Okay. Tom says we added a 5th refrigerator to the house this weekend. See, it's definitely a Ginzu thing. Watching this on Apple TV, it doesn't start, so it's just sitting here. Question for J Shot: will there be box forts with all the boxes? There's a ton of boxes right outside my house right now because the garbage men haven't come picked up. So there can be. There absolutely can be. Why not have a fridge picked up? They haven't picked up yet today.
They were there when I was there.
Were they? I was distracted by the signs. Who are you kidding? Why not have a fridge for each person in the household? That's not a bad idea. Then everybody's responsible for their own stuff. Well, we had free cable when we lived in the Bronx. There you go. That has free cable now. I would give it up on AEW. That's why I'm here early. The Articulator says we want Tom. He says enough of you schmucks. Bring on Tom.
Everybody wants Tom.
Philippe says sup foos. I'm here for Tom. Yep. Okay. All right. I'm taking a hint. I'm taking a hint.
All
a hint. Manic Mind says I made it. I'm also on the go though. All right, Manic, we're getting there. You wondered if there was a cosmic optometrist. Come on, man. That's your opening bit. I'm sorry. I waited too long. Doc Op. Eyes Man. Got it. I got it. Now I got it, 1-6 shooter. I got it. John says, yo. Ender Shadow says, hello, fellas. And Toyak says, what's up, fellas? J-Shot is a thread setter. Thread setter? I'll take it. Whatever it is. All right, let us give the people what they want before 1-6 shooter leaves and goes somewhere else. Here he is, the one, the only Eyes Man. Oh, EyeofUatu. What's up, man?
What's up, guys?
Look
I
at
just
you.
dropped my EyeofUatu as soon as I came in. I had him already, and I was like, ah.
Oh,
I like when you launched yours. I was like, oh no, I want to like dash through the screen to catch him.
Wait a second. You threw that behind you.
yeah, I did. Yeah. And then
When did you go get it?
I reached through a portal.
Okay.
No, it landed on the chair. It landed on the chair. I've actually got this like throwing. Yeah, I got this throwing thing behind me pretty down pat now, so I don't break stuff. You know,
Now that you have a sign there, watch.
Yeah.
I only look non-professional. I'm actually kind of like, you know, I kind of know what I'm doing. Like, it's a little bit of a bit. When I screw up the names, that's not the bit. Like, this is the bit, right? That's the bit. It's behind me, right? So, like, look, there it is.
It really does look like it goes behind the chair. That's amazing.
Yeah. So, anyway, enough about me throwing action figures. What's up, dude? How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you guys?
Good,
Here's a
good.
20-minute tutorial about how to throw action figures.
Thank you guys for having me on the show.
Dude, long
Very
time.
excited.
It's a long time coming. It's you know, we've been talking about it since Designer Con to get you on. So Designer
It's
Con,
Legion's Con.
Legion's Con even. Yeah, it was like, hey, Legion's Con, this is cool. You're a cool dude. Let me stay in the same house as you. And then you're like, I don't know.
Well, that was great, man. You brought pizza, and we had a great time. And
not a single person ate, but you know,
everybody got the flu. It was wonderful. You know, it was awesome.
I brought that too.
Hey, you know what though? The pizza made up for it. It was a good trade-off.
I'll take being at chaotic neutral. All right, I'll take that. So, but yeah, dude, we're totally pumped to have you on it. I've got to watch myself for like fangirling because, dude, like the last shot you put
toys,
up,
man.
Yeah, well, you do it freaking well. So, but yeah, dude, like we were talking before this about dios and stuff, and just chatting about like, you know, what's going on in just in general. But you know, what are you working on now? Let's just start there because
already
you seem to be.
Wow.
Yeah, let's just go. Well, I don't know. What do you want to go with? You want to go somewhere else? Where do you want to go?
I'm just surprised you went right there. No, I mean, yeah, let's go with what he's working on.
What are you working on?
So normally I tend to have like a whole backlog of photos I'm kind of always cycling through and editing. And I have really bad ADHD. So what I do is I work on one photo for like a couple hours and then I'm like, I'm going to leave that one and jump to another one. So I have like a whole bunch of different stages of edits. But I'm trying to still make good for doing a Shonen Saturday shot for last weekend. But I shot the new Iron Man Mark 20 recently, so I'm like, I want to do something for that. And then I'm also doing some Star Wars stuff. Like I always have way too much kind of editing. So somewhere along that line, something will eventually make it to the page, or none of it will. It'll be something else. I don't know.
So with your backlog, all right, so because you put out that Wolverine shot like right on time with Magneto, right? Like when did you have that, or you were like watch the episode and crank that one out?
That one was all thanks to the great collaborators that I worked with for the finale day. So when we came up with doing a shot for the finale, I was originally going to do something with my Sentinels and then my Nimrod, and like I was going to do this whole Sentinel inspired shot. And then that episode happened, and I was not expecting the Fatal Attraction stuff to make it in this season, like whatsoever. And I feel like I'm one of the very few who actually really like the feral Wolverine stuff. I'm like super excited for next season. So I was like, I need to do that. Like, that's it. I threw everything else to the side. I'm like, nope, we're starting over. And I just like banged that out in like a weekend right before we had it up for that Wednesday. So
I love when that happens. Like you just drop what you're doing. You have to put that one out.
Yeah.
Like you're just that driven. hyper
inspiration
focused.
captures you, right?
Right.
Like, how long have you been working on, which I'm assuming a long time, Machu, that the Ryu versus Ken? Like, that must have taken forever. No?
I started at noon on Memorial Day, and then I finished
I don't
at
want to hear
5
that.
a.m.
No. No more. I don't want to hear that shit. That's
Which
insane.
okay, so all right, so I just pulled up your photo of Wolverine, and now I'll pull up Machu's Ken photo. Which one do we want to do first? Which one do you guys want to? Which should we talk about first?
I want to see the stop motion first.
All right, let's do the stop motion first.
Personally.
Let's embarrass Machu first. That's fine.
Damn it!
Let's do that.
Sorry, Machu. The guest picked. You have to respect the guest.
I have to respect the guest.
Respect the guest. So, okay, cool. Here we go. I gotta click 97, but
To make sure you don't hit the make sure the volume's on.
no volume. Yep. So, all right, there you go.
It's insane. Like, so you also do. I'm assuming the camera angle thing was done in post.
Yes,
Okay.
it helps sell the movement a lot better.
Yeah,
It makes it
does.
less choppy, but at the same time, I also added another filter which made it a little more. What was the word? Crap.
Is it like the VHS kind of style effect?
Well, there's a VHS filter on
Scan
it. And
lines?
Yeah,
the scan lines are on there
Yeah.
also, and I forgot what else it made it look to. It kind of like makes it look. It flickers a little bit.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
TVs all were back then. It works so
Yep.
well.
And there's even that little bit of like a warp at one point too.
Mhm.
And I just noticed like the person sitting in front of the TV now after watching 9,000 times.
That's supposed to be us playing Street
Yeah.
Fighter. Yeah.
Dude, it works. It works so well. Like, yeah, even the framing for the video, for the reels perspective and everything like that just works so well. I was blown away. I had no idea that you had that game. So I was just like, holy crap, here comes another stop motion. And it's so smooth. Like, this is the first stop motion stuff I've ever seen you do. So I was like, when I was watching it, like, I'm expecting the first time I ever see someone to do this stuff for it to be like 2 seconds and it'd be a little janky here or there. But this is buttery smooth.
Thank you.
And I was just floored.
I mean, I dabble in stop motion. I don't always do it just because, like, I know the amount of time and effort. Like, yeah, I know it didn't take as long as people expect it should have been. You could take this off now, J-Shot.
Oh, okay. All right.
I didn't expect it to be like that long for me to actually finish it. But I know how, like, I tap into that like hyper focus so much that like I've been sleeping for the last 2 days. That's how much it takes out of me.
It just drains them. Yeah.
Did you like stay up like extra late working on it and stuff like that too? Okay.
Yeah, the problem is once I start something, I can't pause.
I know that feeling. That's me when I'm editing late at night, and the next thing I know, birds chirping outside my window, the light is starting to creep up, and I'm like, yeah, I should probably go to bed because I got to work tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, it's bad.
And the plan was to release that probably this weekend. I was actually
Sit
gonna
on it,
hold
all right. You just have to like get it out there.
Yeah, and I kept sending it to other people and like asking for feedback and stuff like that, to the point where I'm like, all right, I think this is done. But if I keep sending it out to everybody's gonna see it before I even post it. And by the time I do post it, the people that have seen it are gonna be sick of it.
Nah,
Well,
I don't think anyone's gonna get sick of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I don't let him. He's just gonna keep going. So I hope he shows next. What the fuck you gonna do with that? I don't know, D Blake. I don't know.
He's gonna broadcast from it.
I don't know.
That's excellent.
It was Manhattan Hedge today? There's
Oh,
about 6 people in here that probably know what Manhattan Hedge is.
I don't know what that is, and I'm from
It's-
around that area.
It's when like the sunset perfectly lines up down. I don't know. I forget. I think it's 8th Avenue or 6th Avenue. And so
Something
like,
like
it
that,
literally,
yeah.
it's a really cool shot. It happens like twice a year. So I guess we are the second prize because your sister's like, oh, it's too cloudy for Manhattan Hedge. I guess I'll watch my brother's stupid show now. So yeah. Thanks for being here, Tenny. Instead of the Odin sleep, we've got the Machu sleep. Bearded Build
Is
says, Ola. Figure Report is here, says, ahoy, ahoy. There's Yimbo. Yimbo, you got a show to do, man. Go get ready. Oh, it's only 8:20. It's only 8:20? I feel like we've been going for hours already. Oh, it's just
I have no concept of time after doing
no
that stop
concept.
motion.
No concept. It's the three of
Sleep
us
for
with
2 days,
ADHD.
that'll do it.
I was gonna say the three of us with ADHD is not gonna be good. We're gonna blink. This, especially with this sign already emulating daylight, we're gonna be like, oh, it's Friday. What happened? Uncanny Sculpts is here. Let's see. The hyperfocus where the Nintendo generation, that's true, because we couldn't pause and had to go all the way or quit. That's true. And we were not raised to be quitters, right? We didn't quit drinking, we didn't quit smoking. No, I'm kidding. So that's how it works. And Josh Brown is right. Time is a flat circle. So who's going to the Bandai opening in Jersey?
I can't.
You spelled it.
You
like
nailed
that.
it. You nailed the pronunciation too.
Exactly. He rolled right into it. I knew it. I knew it. I'm actually excited in Figure Report to see your report from there because I sadly will be doing the 9 to 5. But yeah.
I'm jealous as hell. You guys have one in New York and now you have one in Jersey. Where's the West Coast love? Like, come on. I know there's one in LA. There's one in LA. There's nothing up here. I want one in San Francisco so I can actually go.
You guys got a lot.
You guys are closer to Japan.
That's true too.
True. Very true.
That's true. That's true. So, and you actually might get there faster depending on traffic. So,
actually, that's definite.
Toy Migos coming in with a very generous $5 super hat saying, Tom, long time no see. The wrist just snapped on my mono rope. Dude,
no.
Why are you giving us $5? Take it back so you can go get it fixed. My God. And you got that wonky face. Cheney. Yeah. Oh, man.
Mondo's really good though about making good on that stuff. I actually mentioned it on Cheney's thing because I have like one of my He-Man, my 1/6 He-Man, came in and the body just like it was basically like do you remember those old Crash Test dummy toys when you just touched the center of the chest and they just fell apart? That's what that He-Man came in at. And they just were like, here's a whole new body. And they didn't expect me, they didn't want me to send back the older one or anything. So now I have 2 full He-Men. One will just fall apart if you look at it wrong, but they're really good about that.
It could be a good accessory piece. It just falls apart. So
yeah.
Well, everybody's chiming in. No, for Cheney. There you go. Lots of RIP wrist pegs. Sugar. A lot of people are saying Mondo will replace it, so that's good. That's good. Hopefully you'll get that fixed. Yeah, they'll send a replacement for the Rogue. Yeah. Good. Okay. All right, so Cheney, good luck with that. And apparently Tom can help you if he'll reach out to them for you. So, sure. And the neck joint is super loose too. Come on, Cheney.
Oh, dude.
All right, just send the whole thing back. Yeah. The whole thing back. Everyone, check on your Rogue. She's not okay. Everybody, check your Rogue. She's not okay. She has been okay.
She's had a rough year. She's had a pretty rough year.
It is supposed to rain today, so I don't know. It could be thunder. So, all right. So, question: you said you have a backlog of stuff. Do you shoot? Do you just like shoot in batches, or is it just like once you get rolling, you just can't stop?
I typically during the week, if I am going to shoot, by the time I like sit down to actually do anything, it's approaching on like midnight or 1 a.m. And I'm like, if I actually do this, I will be here until like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. just doing this. So I usually try to wait as much as I can for the weekend. And then I'll do like, here's Saturday is just shooting all day. So there's like a pile of figures next to where I end up taking all my pictures and whatnot right now. And then all my die-ups are over there too. And I kind of just like rotate them out if I can. So I do like a lot of batch shooting if possible.
So you prefer shooting at night?
I'll shoot whatever, man. So my apartment, besides this room, which looks like it's really bright and nice, is basically a cave from this room over. And that's where like the living room is. So it actually does not matter what time of day it is. It's always dark as hell in my living room where I shoot. Which I hate because I kind of need the light to kind of feel like a human, but it's great for toy photography and movies.
I totally agree.
Do you shoot a lot at night as well, Machu?
Yeah. I also find that like when everybody's asleep, nobody's bothering me.
100%. Yep.
Like the amount of times when that was the thing. My phone kept going off because a lot of chats were going off while I was doing the stop motion. So it kept vibrating the table.
Oh, damn.
And for the first half, I was not using any stands. I was just doing all balance. So everything kept falling.
everything I know about stop motion, you just throw it out the window. You're like, screw that. I do it my own way. I was going to ask if you had the little arms and everything like that too, but I guess not.
I didn't start using the arms until Ken did the hurricane kick, because I completely forgot I had a stand. Like, it was just like in the corner, and I was like, and Jay Shot was like, if you need to borrow my stand, I'll let you borrow mine too. And I'm like, oh wait, I have a stand, but having two would benefit, because now I can have Ken do the uppercut and have Ryu going in the air at the same time. So
him landing on those barrels behind him is like my favorite part of the whole thing. I love it.
Well, the coolest part is like Brian gave me a bunch of barrels, like the regular barrels, and then they're dented, and then there's one that's split in half because it's supposed to be like in the game.
Did you bring them back already, or did you have?
Yeah, I dropped it off. I dropped it off yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, I was gonna say you show them off, but yeah, he did. And he's I don't know if we're supposed to talk about it, but screw it, I'm gonna talk about it anyway. He's also working on like the wall, and he does it in stages. How it does, right? Like so in the game where it's like barrel, kicked in barrel, second stage damage, broken, and he does the wall where it's like wall, kicked in wall, second stage damage, broken. Like it looks really, really cool.
Yeah,
he's doing a good job with that stuff. So, so get your money ready because there's more coming. So, also Machu bragging about being too popular. He's got to shoot at night while everybody's sleeping. So, Steve says Mondo problems. You missed a good chance there to Steve to be like Mondo problemos. But anyway, throw it in the garbage, Shady. It's Dom's storming out right now. Yeah. At least she can't hurt Carol Danvers now. That's true.
Very true.
That's true. Oh no, she absorbed the powers of garbage. Every once in a while, but I can't. The articulator, huge thunder and lightning here in New Jersey coming your way, guys. Okay,
live weather updates. I did not.
Yeah, I love it.
Show.
Hey, this is we give you a little bit of everything here. So Tenio also letting us know that the Tamashi store is out of the blue lightning effect. So just so you know, yeah. So okay. We got lightning updates. We got stock issues. People begging for no thunderstorms. When the table be rocking, don't be knocking. That needs to be your new stop motion sign. I barely have the patience to make a flip book on stop motion editing.
I don't have the patience to do a flip book.
I would buy a flip book from you, D Blake, if you made one.
I would too.
I would buy a flip book. Do you guys have the full concept in mind before creating? Machu, do you know the sequence? And Tom, do you plan? This is a good question, and one that I was going to get to. Again, Steve being a better J shot than I am. So like always a question I like to ask, right? Like, I have a figure on my desk, start, hit a cool pose, build off of that sometimes, or see a picture, get inspired, recreate type of guy. How do you start with your shots? I mean, like we did. I know that we talked about this, right? This one, Christ, with this one. Sorry, we're 20 minutes in. Oh, I mean, look at this.
Thanks, guys. How do I
don't
start?
Talk. Don't ruin it. Let's just sit here. No, I'm kidding.
So yes, I do. I try to plan out my post-processing as much as possible beforehand because what I learned is that when I'm editing, if I don't have the right lights for where I'm going to put the effects, it just doesn't end up like looking right to me. Right. So like I definitely had like the blue lights coming down over each hand for Magneto, so it actually like looked like that was emanating the color where it was hitting Logan as well. So I try to do that as much as possible. Is that always the case? No, because sometimes during editing, I'm like, you know what? Let me try this other thing, and that ends up working better. And then sometimes I am like, okay, I need to go all the way back to the first part and maybe redo the shot with now this new edit in mind. I try not to do that because that's just like ends up putting me off, and then that picture will never be seen for like years. But yeah, I try to plan it out as much as possible beforehand. Yeah. But it's also like a lot of it will be discovery in camera because angles always change a lot. This one specifically, though, because I was definitely inspired by the Hildebrandt's old masterpiece card for this picture. So I wanted to make sure that I was trying to get as much of that exact same angle and posing as possible while also letting the toys be toys. I didn't want to like, there's some things that a drawing can do that toys can't, obviously. So I knew what I was going for with that. But otherwise, I will always move like my camera around after the setup, trying to find the right angle, something a little more dynamic. And usually, like the idea that I have in my head is not the angle that I end up liking the most. It's always like one of those things that I find from like a low angle. I'm like, oh, this looks way cooler from like a low angle or a high angle. So sometimes you gotta let the process take you along with it.
You gotta play, right? You gotta play with it. So,
yeah, they're toys.
Yeah. Don't forget. Yeah. Yeah, dude. You talked about the masterpiece card.
Masterpiece. Yeah.
That's exactly what this felt like. That was 100% it. You nailed that. Oh God.
I remember seeing it.
If I had the skill, like Zay, I think did like a collection of cards of his work with like the hollow foil name in the corner. If I had the skill for that, I would make this into a card and bring it to Comic-Con.
I think you could do it.
Give it to Zay. Have Zay do it for you.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe. We'll see.
He's not doing anything. Let him do it. So he's fine.
That man is always working. And he has 2 kids. Come on.
It's not an excuse. But dude, I don't even know where to go from here. Like, this is so good. And I love that you said you let the toys be toys, right? Like, like you could even see it. Like you're not getting rid of like the ab crunch, right? You're not getting rid of like marks in the joints and stuff. You're going within the limits of the toys, but then you're adding onto it. You're plussing them, right? You're still letting it be toys. Like, I love that. I really like that.
If there's unsightly gaps, like let's say if I'm taking pictures of my Revoltex, then I will definitely like fill in the gaps here.
Yeah.
Like underneath Wolverine's shoulder pad that's in the background, you definitely saw the gap where the joint was there. But I was like, that's easy enough for me to fill in with a part of his suit. So I just brought the suit over with cloning in Photoshop. I'll fix up like little things like that. But I learned over time that removing the joints, which I used to do a whole bunch, just ain't worth my time. And people actually, I did a whole poll and whatnot on my stories way back, and people prefer to see the joints. So I'm like, let the toys be toys. Like, that's exactly, I'm doing toy photography. Why am I removing that stuff?
I do feel like when people do remove the joints, I think it draws more attention to where the joint should have been.
Yeah.
That it actually hurts the picture, because now you're just looking at it. You're like, all right, what else did they Photoshop out?
Yeah. And sometimes you can't make the muscle fill the spot where the joint is, because the joint's a lot bigger than where that gap should be. So it's just always going to look a little stretched in a weird way.
I'd also argue, if you fill the joint, right? If you fill that, is it going to come across as AI as opposed to, right?
These days, true.
Yeah, today, right? Because I think we saw that a couple of times that people were getting their photos were getting tagged for. Instagram was deciding that the photo was AI without it being actually AI, which is interesting.
I saw that yesterday on a whole bunch of pictures that were like purely the toys on a white background. I'm like, there's nothing here that could be AI. What are you seeing in this? Like, I want to know what algorithm.
Instagram is like
auto tagging stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Really? On the top, it'll just say made with AI.
I believe you can slow rollout feature, so not everybody.
You can choose to do it, right? You can choose to do it, but they're also adding it says to, I don't know, come back, whatever. So, but yeah. And Steve did Machu, same question for you, right? Like, did you know the sequence that you were doing, or like how did you decide with yours?
That's actually where more of the work comes in. Like, more time spent is doing the research of like watching sequences over and over and over again. So like, if I were to add it up, it would be a couple days of me just watching videos nonstop of like, this is how they move, and this is like, or like I would find a clip of somebody playing the game, and I just like that particular sequence. So then I would try to emulate that sequence. And then at a certain point, I was like, all right, it's the same blocking, but I'm going to change it to my own, so that way it's not always the same block. And now I'm just going to let it flow from there. So like in the beginning, when I was starting to do the sequencing, it was like punch, block, kick, block, all that. And then all of a sudden you could see, I saw, it was like, I'm going to just progress it so that way you could see more of their signature moves coming out. Because if if I had done the whole entire sequence, I would just be copying what that person did in the game, and it would have taken me forever to get to that point.
Yeah,
So
it would
I
be
did-
less
I-
of you in the final
Exactly.
result as well. Yeah.
And then
I like.
after,
Okay.
so go on.
No, I was just gonna say I like the little fist bump that you added too, because I like.
Me too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that little fist bump I was gonna get to, like, after I did the
Right.
uppercut and he lands onto the barrels, I was like, how can I loop this thing so I could get more people to watch it again? So I made him kip up, and Ken stands up, backs up, and they do the little fist bump, and it just goes right into the start again.
It's like
Which is
Ken be like,
perfect.
ready to get your ass whooped again? Oh, sorry, I
Right,
probably
yeah.
shouldn't be swearing on this show. But
No, it's okay. You're good. You're good.
Okay,
You're
all
good,
right,
you're
cool.
Yeah. And first off, if we get in trouble for for everything I say, we're fine.
Right.
But I felt like the fist bump too was like that was you coming through in it, like that was a personality choice. But two, that was a it was also like a modern add-on, right? Like, okay, like cool, like all right, like punch gloves, we're gonna spar again.
Well, they also do the fist bump in the like that,
Do they? Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah,
that
they
in the
do.
game.
that's like one of their like intro things, I think. But like, I also thought of it as like, I'm more of a Ken player, and I understand that more people feel like Ryu would kick Ken's ass. But hey, let's give one to Ken this time.
Ken still has skill though. He's gonna
Yeah.
win a few here or there. It's like it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
exactly Goku Vegeta, because Vegeta ends up getting his ass
I
whooped more
always
often than
think-
not.
I always tend to go for the person who's like, not like I always go for Vegeta. I'll always go for Ken.
Yeah,
It's always the
not
second
not the top
person,
dog,
not the top
Yeah.
dog.
I don't know. I like,
but
both.
not quite the underdog either.
Second, the person in second is the hardest worker.
It's true. He's fighting the hardest. Figure point wants to know, Tom, how long have you been a photographer, and are you self-taught?
This is gonna. The answer is probably gonna sound way more pretentious than it actually is. I started doing photography back in high school. I was like we had a dark room in school because this was the 90s, folks. And so we had a dark room, and I was one of the very few kids who actually I think I was the only kid who had keys to the dark room. So I was able to like take pictures and go develop them and stuff like that. So I loved it from like way back when. My mom used to do photography, so I like inherited her old 35 millimeter camera. And then in college, I went to an art school, and we had a great photography program. And I just took it not as like a minor, but we had like these focus areas in that school. So I had my major was illustration. My minor would technically be graphic design, but my like focus was photography, where I would like spend hours upon hours in the darkroom there. So like I've done photography like almost throughout my entire life, but never to a point where I would say I am a professional, a minor in it, or like I'm not even skilled in it. It's something I just always kind of like liked doing. I've always found like I will say that I'm confident in my Photoshop skills. I am not as confident in my photography skills.
Okay. All right. So you were saying though that you had keys to the photography lab. Was it hard being that big of a nerd back then? No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. So
actually, it's funny because I was a massive nerd. I was in all of the plays. I was like the lead in all the plays at school.
Yes.
I was like always in all the art department in like any free period we had. I was like getting ready for college my sophomore year of high school. So yes, I was a massive nerd, and it was pretty well known. But I did not let anybody know about my comics or toys or anything like that. I would sneak off on Wednesdays, like in between, like when school let out and before like the what do they call the stuff after school? Extracurriculars. Before like there was like an hour break, I would run off to the comic book store, get my books, leave them in my car, and then go to the extracurriculars, and then I would go home and read my comics. Okay. No one knew I was into it until college when I just like advertised that shit everywhere. I was like, yeah, please. Let me get it.
Figure Report also says he just peed himself a little seeing that photo. I want to know what plays you were in now. That's definitely what I want to know. What plays were you in?
See,
I wasn't allowed to do plays. I actually really wanted to do them. I did one, and then I was told I wasn't allowed to do them. So
why were you allowed to do them? I feel like you have a personality that would be perfect for the stage.
Me too. That's a conversation for you, me, and my therapist. But yeah, yeah.
No. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll get into that later.
That's a different show.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'll tell you, my very first play that I was actually in, I got the titular role in Dracula. I was Dracula. So that was like, that's what got me into it. It's like, oh shit. My very first play, I get to be Dracula in Dracula. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to be doing this throughout my entire college career. I was in like Bye Bye Birdie. What was the Midsummer Night? There's a Shakespeare one. I'm not really. Night. I don't. Yeah. There you go. That one. I was in a bunch of them. That was like ancient history these days.
Bye Bye Birdie. We love you, Conrad. Okay. Anyway. Yes. Thank you, Loco Lou. Hit that. We are so bad at saying this, and I have it written down in my notes every week, and every week we forget. Hit that like button. Show your support. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate that, Loco Lou. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Hit that subscribe button. We appreciate that. We continue to try to do stuff. We'd say every week too that we're gonna figure out what to do with that fancy schmancy button that we now have for people to pay us monthly to make content, but we don't know what the hell to do. So if you got suggestions, throw it our way. Maybe
I have a suggestion. Have a camera set up behind Machu when he's doing his stop motion stuff, so you can watch him set that stuff up.
Well, I would love that.
I need somebody to talk for me.
I could do that
while I'm working, because like once I'm in the zone, I don't talk.
Right. So you just do it. I go, and you see what he's doing here is he's moving the Ken doll ever so slightly. Yeah.
I would pay for this content. Are you kidding me? That is real content right there.
Actually, this is probably gonna piss you off. Uh-oh. I didn't move it ever so slightly. I took every frame of that. I took the figure off the dio and I posed it in my hands and put it back, matched it up in frame, and took the shot.
Can you remove him from this? I know this is a show, but can you take him off this?
Every stop motion person who's watching this is just losing their mind right now. You picked it up?
There was one point where I accidentally kicked the camera and I was like, no.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's probably why I had the camera movement in post. Because like otherwise
you sweat by the end of that.
I was.
Oh my god. Yeah. Josh Brown says when you posted this literally made the Toy Daddy stop and count it again. Did it really? I missed that. Really?
Because when he posted it, I saw it and I immediately sent it into the group chat and they stopped. And I was just like
hysterical.
My immediate sorry, Tom, but my immediate reaction was like, this motherfucker.
You're talking about me? I thought it was talking about Machu's.
No, we're talking about your photo from last week.
Photo.
Yes.
Oh,
I was like, this is so good.
Yeah. I saw Tom's face. I was like, boy, they're talking a lot about their own stuff on my episode.
I don't mind that whatsoever.
No.
But like tell, I have a very hard time with compliments. Like my girlfriend hates it because she likes to compliment me, and I'm like, I don't want to respond to it. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
I was like, please, just let me live in my bubble. Just
sometimes if I get a compliment, I'm just like, yeah, thanks, you too.
Yep.
Awkwardly, like.
Dom says he did a radio show in college, and one of our regular callers used to call in every week and tell us the price of chicken cutlets at the grocery store he worked at.
Interesting.
This is the kind of content you can expect from Between Two Sentinels weekly. Thanks, Tom. Dom, I would love if every week you jumped on our show and we just sent you a thing and you just showed up and you were like, all right, at Pathmark $6.99, and you left. That was it. That was all. I would love it. Go Figure Go has joined us as well. And D Blake says that's a good public service. See? Somebody should just show up and say 94 masterpiece set. Yes.
Yeah.
This fucking guy is here. See, we don't care about cursing. After we were about 20 minutes in, we don't care about cursing because that's where the bots are. So
that is my go-to adjective, verb, and noun. So I'm very happy to hear that.
Yeah. Also, I did flag something because Jason paid you a huge compliment, and I feel like we should talk about it. Because
was
like
it on
Jason,
the stories from yesterday?
Yeah.
I told him, how dare he? Because now I'm gonna get like hate comments. But I just like this is a great shot on somebody else's post, and I like leave a book on Jason's. Like great.
Yeah, well, like first off, you did leave a book. It was an amazing book, but you left a book. But I mean. Jason writes, you've made it when the almighty EyeofUatu drops by. And that is like, first off, I mean, like, Jason is like Jason, right? And you're Tom, right? And now it's like, the two masters combining, and we're just sitting here like, okay, like now what do we do? We might as well just go into accounting. So like it's huge, like it's huge to see that. And what I love about this community, and the reason why we do this, right, is like here are two guys who are essentially competing against each other, but there's no competition. Right? Like that's the cool thing about it. And
my
I don't
favorite
know where I'm going
thing,
with this, but I love this. Okay.
My favorite thing about toy photography, and I will say this to like anybody who like is like, oh well, and I should have said this on Toy Migos last week when they asked me who my favorite artists were, and I was like, I'm on the chair, and I was like, it's Johnny. It's really everybody, because everybody brings a unique, like their own vision to every picture. Like nobody's picture looks like anybody else's, even if, and I know there are people out there that like take direct inspiration from some and they'll try to do their own. It will never look the same. Like everybody kind of brings in their own. What is he saying? Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought Trevor was giving me shit.
No.
And I love seeing.
Yeah.
I don't think that works, by the way. It works from like if you're in Europe, but in the United States, I see everybody getting denied when they try to like report that stuff or opt out. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to distract you, but go ahead.
Oh, that's fine. I was just trying to, prop up the toy community, because they honestly, if it weren't for the community itself, I still wouldn't be doing this as a hobby. Like I enjoy it so much because of like, you get to see somebody else's take on something, and then that will inspire somebody else to do this. And then it's like this ever giving cycle of just constant inspiration and admiration. And I love it. It's a great community.
It was something too, and like it's cool. It's really cool to experience in the community through chat and IG. If you get the experience to meet people in person, whether it's through a con or having a ridiculous opportunity to hang out with these guys in a house, and even Jason says that the talent in this chat, and Red Dog 5 is here and Ender Shadow, like hanging out with you guys in person and just like little, like I talk about this all the time, right? The little things that like you don't think about, like some of the coolest experiences. I think we were talking about it. Like Jason was just sitting at the table after we were walked. Sorry, I'm having an IG AI falsely. I was just trying to highlight Ender. Jason was like sitting there. He was just holding a head sculpt, and he's like, "You guys ever just like take your flashlight and move it across the head sculpt?" And I'll be like, no, and that's the easiest thing to do. Like, why aren't I doing this? To just learn about how the shadows are casted. And it's just like those are the moments that you like really soak in. But like seeing you guys and like meeting and everybody and just like little cons, even the little cons that you get to go to, like the experiences we have at the the little toy shows are the best part about it. I mean, not to get on a soapbox about how awesome this community is for 94 minutes, but it's pretty much what we do every week anyway. So,
what you were saying about Jason at the table, like that table at DesignerCon, like after the convention each night was my favorite thing, because we would all just sit around and everybody would have a toy, everybody would have a figure, or we're all just like dicking around. And it's like, you nailed this pose on a Mega Man that like stuck in my head, Jay, like that. I'm like, I want to do a picture with this Mega Man just like this. And so like I actually have, it's funny, I have my Samus, my Figma Samus in that same like sliding pose, like behind my monitor, that I'm going to do on a picture one day. And I like to shout you out because like it's direct inspiration from like a pose that you just knocked out just like fucking around.
Well, we can end the show now. I'm good. So no, dude, that was seriously the best part. And like when we had like 90, didn't we like go to like 87 Rosses too to like find something? We kept buying the same figure. Machu, do you want to reset your potato in a little bit?
I forgot to plug in my laptop. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. Do you think? While you do that, I do want to say, Bearded Bills, thank you so much, dude. That's a super generous, super generous super hat. Say best show on a Wednesday night. I'm gonna screenshot this and send it to Ernie, just so you know. But I really, really appreciate that. So, Red Dog 5, he's here. He hung out with us at DCon as well. And go make sure you check out Red Dog 5's YouTube show as well. He's been trying to get it on. We keep missing each other. He said we owe him a guest spot. He owes us a guest spot. And 1/6 Shooter is calling you a photo nerd. So there you go.
If there's any photo nerd in this entire chat or anything like that, it's Trevor. It's fine. He can say whatever he wants.
It's pretty true. We got another generous super hat. Watch as Macho Man poses the figure ever so gently. Yeah, see, that's what's gonna
Ever
happen.
so not gently.
Ever so not gently as he rips it from the table to completely destroy how everyone else has learned stop motion and do his own goddamn thing. So anyway, what? I'm better live. What Six says. Do you want to come on? Do you want to, Trevor? I'll send you a link. You want to come on, Trevor? I'll shoot you a thing. So whatever you want to do. This is we're completely off the rails. So you know this is what happens.
That's what I like about this show. It is just like it's mayhem. I love it.
It's organized chaos. We're like herding cats. So
it's how my brain works. So it's like it's natural. It just feels more organic, and I'm ready for it. Let's go.
It's also like one of these things where it's like, what an opportunity to have Trevor and you on a show. Like, fuck it. Like, let's do it, right? Like, you know, hey,
I'm sure he'll jump on. I swear that man's like live camera is like always 1 inch from being on all the time. It's like, yeah, he's ready.
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready.
I know what he was referring to. He just says, no, you missed the first half of that. He was referring to, he's saying, I'm like great composition. He's talking about he's better live in terms of
better live
feedback.
Oh, all right, fine. So you don't want to jump on then? Fine. Okay, fine. So, and Machi will be back. So what do you want to talk about? So,
I'll talk about anything. Let's talk about your Dio. How so there's 3 boxes, right? That made that whole thing?
Yeah, well, no. So there were 3 boxes. There's actually another box that came today. And my wife is filing for divorce. No. So there were 3 boxes. This is the top. There was the bottom piece that was completely destroyed. So I'm going to work with the Dio maker to get that redone. That is Brian. He's got a long freaking name. It's just one of those things. What is it? A compliment that's gold?
He had said something about compliment way back in the chat.
Okay. See, I can't. I'm trying to do everything.
I get it.
I'm trying. What's 6chan? It says channel 6. It's you gotta go to the whole bottom of the way.
No,
I told you the bottom broke. Josh, stop rubbing it in, okay? Also, go visit Josh's website and use code Sentinel for 20% off. You only got a few days left. It's good through the end of May. So that came in. He also did 3 buildings. He does these awesome cartoon styles. They're great for X-Men 97, classic X-Men, comic style. He's really good at that stuff. And then obviously Ninja Turtles. So
I want his he does a control panel that looks kind of like the Danger Room setup or the Teletran 1 from Transformers, and I want one of those, just very classic cartoon looking control panel rooms that he does. They look insane. I love this.
His colors, it's his colors for me. His colors are, there's just something about them, and they come out really, really great. But there's always a risk when you ship stuff. So, but always a risk. But we were talking about shipping before, because you just got a Dio in too. You were saying you got 78 points. You just rediscovered that you had 78 points, Dio.
So it's funny because I've been getting a bunch of his Dios. He makes great stuff, and his prices are ridiculous for the quality he puts into them. So I got 2 of his corridor Dios, which is his hallway. And so I opened that up this weekend, and I had that all set up, and I was like, this is awesome. And then I got this idea, and I was like, okay, but for this shot, it's not going to work in this hallway, but it would work in more of a Japanese, traditional style setting. I'm like, oh, that's right. I got a Dio from him about that's in the storage closet that I've yet to open. Let me go get that. And then I opened that one up too. So it's I'm just swimming in Dios. I love it. It's a good problem to have.
It's especially for you who takes batch shots. You got plenty of time to. So actually, all right. So question for you, when you batch shoot, right? Do you just kind of do a blanket setup for lights, and then almost do a general here's my clean set, and then I'll move lights around as needed, or do you basically break down everything and reset?
So the lights are something that are constantly moving. So for every photo that you see me post, I have probably shot that thing with 80 different lighting setups and different angles and different. Yeah. Cause I don't have any fancy, all my lights are handheld, little tiny things, either Litra torches, or I've been getting those, I think it's called Ulanzi or whatever that brand is, that they do these cool brick lights that you can change the color and hues and whatnot. They were like $20. I got a whole bunch of them. Yeah, something like that. So I have a whole bunch of those. So I'm constantly moving them around to get like just the right shadow or something. Because after I take a picture, I'm then like looking in the viewfinder and I'm like inspecting it. Like I don't like how that shadow doesn't like hit the nose just right, or it's not like outlining the rim as much as I want. So I move that stuff around a lot. The actual background setup, though, I will tend to do like a whole scene. Like let's say if I'm doing like a space scene, I have a couple like spaceport looking dioramas, and I'll set that stuff up, and that will kind of be, you know, in one spot, and I'll move the figures around, move the lights around, and move the props around. But the main scene itself is like set. But every now and again, I will jump between. Okay, I'm going to need a space scene. I'm going to need a city scene, and I'm going to need a hallway, and I'm going to need this, and then it just like becomes a mess. And I'm running back and forth between this room and the living room where I'm shooting and all this stuff.
It happens. It happens. You know, you gotta move around. There he is. Welcome back.
I'm back.
We filled time appropriately. What's in the box? This was in the box. We've covered this, Henrock. Go back and watch again. We need the view times. This show, organized chaos, toy photography, premeditated accident. Sounds like it goes together like peanut butter and jelly. Exactly. It all works, right? I mean, somehow it all works. You're entertained. At least I hope you're entertained. And it happens. Steve has a question. Long-time listener with a question for Tom. Do you have a dedicated area to photograph your figures and have it set up to tear down the scene? I think you kind of answered it, but you know,
I will answer that again just by saying I live in a 2-bedroom tiny apartment in Northern California. There's no space for a dedicated anything in this tiny place. So my place that I shoot more often than not is the coffee table in my living room that just becomes an absolute shit show within 30 minutes of me being off work. It's awful. If I post, you know what, maybe I'll do is I'll post a picture of what it looks like after this show so people can see the mayhem that I live in every day of my life.
I mean, pick up the camera. Let's go now. Let's do it.
No, you don't the camera is my entire desktop PC, so I don't think so.
Pick it up. Dom says he was just using that corridor dio this past weekend. Awesome. Josh says he needs to invest in a dio. So we were actually talking about this. There's a bunch of different dio makers, obviously, right? But one of the ones that Tom and I were talking about before the beginning of the show was Lone Wolf Labs. He is a great entry point into dios. His stuff is good. His stuff is reasonably priced, and he sells a ton of like, you know, little knickknack stuff, I guess you could call it, that just like helps you fill a scene. Mm-hmm. So Josh Brown, definitely look into, and he's just a good dude. Like he's just a good dude. So definitely look into Lone Wolf Labs. His stuff is great. He was my first dio I bought from him. And I bought a hallway scene from him a couple months ago that I still haven't used. You know, but that's my own damn fault. So it happens. So yeah. We have the space is the issue, not the extra toys and stuff that we have. Cap lives praising you, Lonzy. And Plastic Action shows up. Plastic, don't rewatch this episode. Machu just destroys stop motion animation. You're gonna hate it. And now I'm even more impressed, says Steve. Hey, all right, you know. Oh, with Tom, not me. Never mind. Okay.
Both. He left it open. It's both of us. It's my too. It's all three.
All this in a 2-bedroom apartment.
You don't want to see my my storage unit. We have the biggest storage unit that the place has, and it is full. It is. Because my girlfriend's a collector too, but she collects premium format statues. So imagine the size of those boxes, and they're massive, and it's a nightmare.
Yeah. Well, Plastic Action is inviting you to the studio, so there you go.
I would love to see it. Maybe I'll fly into LA before Comic-Con and we could drive down to Comic-Con together, because I just want to see your studio.
Yeah, if you know, if only other people were going to LA and could get an invite to the studio. Sorry, something came over me there. Dom says he loves Lone Wolf. Would You Kindly Studios has a great prices too. There you go. 16 Shooter says he's also a great dude. Lots of prices. Let's praise for Lone Wolf. Spade issue scale with more space. Trust me. Okay, trusting you. Studio. I can only imagine the type of environment the Figment 5 and other all-star toy photographers would be like. they're just regular dudes. I hate to, blow up the
Yep.
space on you guys. So, but they're just regular dudes. They
I
just
know
have
Richie.
they
Richie
have
just
their shit together.
piles. I think like Richie for his tripod just piles boxes on top of each other and just puts the camera on top. So like, it goes to show you, literally work with what you got, because
Yeah.
it does not matter how you get the end result. All that matters is you're enjoying the process, and what you see through the viewfinder is what you're trying to like aim for, or work it out through that way. Because I used to not have any dios, and I would just go around my apartment complex carrying hot toys around, looking like an extra nerd, and just putting them in front of like a potted plant and be like, "Ooh, look, he's in the jungle." So whatever, it works.
Use what you got.
That's another reason why I don't get rid of nice boxes. Because I will use them to prop up lights.
Yep.
Not because we're old and we're like, that's a nice box.
I don't.
I'm that way.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that works too.
The articulator said, I've seen the coffee table in person. It's amazing, and I know how much incredible work is done on that tiny little table.
It's not a
Here we
tiny table, okay? It's also a flat file for 24 by 36 inch posters, like this big. So it's big. It's rather big, but it is a mess.
Hey, we're not questioning the size of your table, man. It's all good, right?
I feel like I have to clarify. It gets smaller when it's cold, okay? It's a natural phenomenon. I love that figure.
Your table seems to get the job done. Is it good? Is it a good figure? Is it? How is it?
This is the figure that you got a lot of hate for.
I know, and all I said was I wish it came with an alternate head. That's all I said.
It needs a different head with the hair in a different position, so you could pose it a little bit better.
Sure,
Yes.
Tom says it, and everybody's like, "Yeah, I agree with you, Tom. You're a great person."
Well, I started by saying it's a great figure. Did you know?
I say it, everybody's like, "Oh, John hates women." Okay, cool. Plastic Action Match, you giving you much credit.
Thank you.
That stop motion was killer. Party at the studio. Meaning when you get more space, you just get more stuff. That's true. That
Very
is
true.
I don't think I could get more stuff, man. I just have it coming in. A Mondo thing got dropped off at my door like 10 minutes ago, and I don't even know what it is.
I don't know why I'm Enders, but you said it, and I for some reason heard Ralph Wiggum. I live in a dumpster.
Yes,
Sage.
Okay, great too. Good prices and great quality.
He's the one who did the dio for the last shot he did, right? For Anubis.
This
okay.
Table and stools that I will try to get out of this bag without ruining them is by him.
Not me. There you go.
I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna take it out of the bag, but I'll show you. It's like a very mythic Legion inspired kind of like table and stool set. Yeah,
nice.
Is it 3D printed or is it made out of foam?
No, it's actually it's foam. And the one thing that I will say, and I don't know if he still does this, the foam he uses is very light. So I have to keep this out because I feel like if I put it with the rest of my dios, if something falls wrong, it's just going to crack in half. So that's my one fear. But other than that, the quality is really good, especially for the prices he charges. But very nice stuff.
Yeah.
Is it an average size or a big table? It was a big salad. In my basement, I had a big box full of boxes, and I think I will use one day. See, it's just a thing. We all have the big stuff. I use whole boxes to prop up lights too. Double toy,
where did this just go?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
That's a figure. That's a figure. It's not. It's not.
Oh, okay. Yes, I love hate relationship. Look at him deflect the compliment. Oh,
Dan knows me very well.
It's Rogue.
Another
I did
one.
not order Rogue. I know what it is actually. It's Werewolf by Night. It's a statue.
Another thing that I like to use, which I got from Daiso, are these crates. So I'll use these to stack up lights, not only just for shots not only just to use them for background props, but they'll stack up and I'll put lights on them.
I will say toy photographers use crates in a lot of photos, and you would think that we see crates more than we do.
They exist a lot in comics. I will give toy photographers that. Crates are everywhere in comics.
I don't think I've ever seen a crate in my life.
Not like that, no.
No.
Macho, I'm the same way. I have a bunch of weed jars that I keep near my my shooting area. And I just stack one on top of each other because they all come in different sizes. So if I need one just a little bit bigger, I use a little weed jar, and then the light sits on top.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Who needs apple boxes?
Yeah, you got Nature Valley boxes. There you go. So, perfect.
Oh man.
Good gravy. All right, so you're going to San Diego Comic-Con. You're going to Legion's Con, so we'll see you at both places there. What else? What else is going on for you?
Outside of that, me, Trevor, and TJ, we do a show on YouTube every now and again. We have no schedule. We like to say it's every other Friday, but it really is who the hell knows. But it's all about 1/6 scale products, which is overkill. And it's called a 1/6 pack. Go follow Trevor on his channel if you want to check that out. Other than that,
he's new. He's just getting started. He doesn't have a lot of followers, not a lot of notoriety. So go follow Trevor. Yeah,
he'll get there one day. I don't know. I see a lot of promise.
Keep at it, Trevor.
Yeah. Other than that, I got nothing else going on, man.
So,
good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'll be in Japan next year for Star Wars Celebration, but that's it.
You are. You're going.
We need to plan that,
dude. How am I gonna? I can't go to Japan.
We got to figure something like a life model decoy, something.
A life model decoy. Interesting. I actually did lay the groundwork for Japan, but I don't think it's gonna work. I did lay the groundwork because I did lay out that it is cheaper for us to take the whole family to Japan right now than it is for us to go to Florida, which is insane.
What?
How many times have you gone to Florida?
It's Florida's home. Going to Magic Kingdom is like going home for me.
You have kids, though. It makes sense why you go to Disney with the kids.
Yeah, but it is cheaper right now for us to go to Disney, for Tokyo Disney, than it is for us to go to, like, for 10 days than it would be for us to do 10 days in Florida.
Hey,
which
go.
Is insane.
We're going to go to Tokyo Sea while we're there, for sure.
So
I think that's what it's called, right? It was a Disney Sea. Well, one of those.
Yeah. It's Disney. It's definitely a Disneyland, right? There's only one Disney World. That's the only thing I know. So if my training there has taught me anything, so
I think it's Disney Sea and Tokyo Disney are like their
Tokyo
parks.
Disney. Yeah. All right, my friend. So what? So 16 shooter, is it? Yeah. I was actually going to ask, how often do you shoot 1/6 versus 1/12? Like, what's your?
Oh, it's wherever my brain takes me, honestly. Okay. It's funny because if you watch my page, I will shoot for like 2 years straight, no 1/6. And the past year, it's been like more 1/6 than anything else. But it'll dip back down into like, I don't know, Nendoroids are coming back in a big way in my heart. So maybe they'll get even smaller than 1/12 pretty soon. So it's I let this madness take the reins is really what it is.
Have you shot any like 1/18 scale? Like
I shot a 1/18. Is that like 3 3/4? Is that like the same scale? Yeah,
about the same.
I shot a Sabretooth from the old Marvel Universe line, like right before I moved out of San Diego 2.5 years ago. I think that was the only time I ever did. I don't have much of the 3 3/4 line. I have some Marvel Universe, but I kind of sold most of them to kind of make way for other stuff. But not that they take up a lot of space. But no, I have not. I've resisted the Joy Toy 1/18 stuff because I know if I buy one, it's the thing you see on everybody's stories. It's like, look, I got this cool thing, and then the next story is, look, I got 40 more, and I'm like, I don't need that in yet another line.
I've fallen in that pit hole. Like it sucks. It's like now I have a box full of like mechs that I never even shoot, and it's like at first I was getting the 1/25th scale, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get the 1/18th scale, and then I'll get this diorama from Big Bad Toy Store that it's dangerous to get into that
good
scale.
Intent.
Yeah,
you had good intent.
Yeah. That's like Joy Toy just announced that they're going to come out with Turtles, and I was like, this feels like something I should pass on. This absolutely feels like something I should pass on.
Do we know a scale they're shooting at for those Turtles?
See, the thing is,
1/18th?
They do a lot of 1/18th, but then also they're doing a lot of 1/12 lately.
Frontline Chaos. I have a couple of those, and I love those. So I was expecting 1/12, and I didn't even think of the 1/18th until you said it, and I'm like, maybe those turtles are going to be tiny.
There you go. Joy Toy is hella addicting. So,
well, J-Shot, if they do come out with 1/18th scale turtles,
I like this planning already.
I don't.
You can basically fit all 4 of them in your pocket.
So here's my problem. Never mind.
It's behind you.
Never mind this. Forget this. Here's my problem, right? Because this is exactly what happened with Mezco. It's like, oh, Mezco released a set of turtles. Cool. Mezco's not going to put anything else out. First off, Mezco lied. Mezco then released another set of turtles, which I immediately
That Mezco didn't lie. They never said that they weren't going to put out turtles.
Okay,
You
regardless.
thought that they weren't going to put out turtles.
Regardless.
Mezco
Mezco
put
out.
soon, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
Uh-huh.
Mezco put out turtles. That's not the issue. Duarte then went, look, I made a van for your Mezco turtles. And I went, that's a cool van. Right? So it's not that Joy Toy is going to make 1/16 turtles. Joy Toy is going to make 1/16 turtles, and then they're going to take a year to come out with whatever's next. But
1/18.
Whatever, 1/18.
1/16 is Mario's scale.
1/16 is Mario's scale, right? They're going to make 1/18 turtles, and then somebody's going to make something cool, and I'm going to go, yeah, I need that for my 1/16 turtles. They're 1/16 now. Forget it. Don't cry.
Well, it's just like Matt
my
said.
problem.
He got a Dio from Big Bad to go with his mechs and stuff like that. It's just how it goes.
It's just how it goes. So I think I just need to not just like unless they look like just ridiculously cool. I think I just need to not. Cool. They're gonna look ridiculously.
Then you're not turtling hard enough, like you always say.
How am I not turtling?
I don't see any 1/16 or 1/18 scale turtles behind you. Clearly, there's a hole in your collection.
Yeah.
I've got Lego turtles sitting in front of me. Doesn't that count for anything?
That's way smaller, man. That's way smaller.
Now you need to buy more Legos.
Top of my own show.
I want people to be as broke as me. Is basically what it is.
Oh, don't worry.
Good. Excellent.
The worst that my sister, she'll buy me the expensive toys. So then I'm just like, oh man, now I need to get
sound like the worst. You're right.
Because now I need to buy another friend for that toy. Because it's like it's like giving you it's the gateway drug.
It is, yeah. Right? Well, I got one. Well, who's he going to talk to? Well, what if they get bored of each other? Yeah, it's that audio. What did you get now?
Ooh,
what is that?
That's the
1/6 Toby, but it's the deluxe.
It's our new giveaway. No, I'm kidding. It's Jesus. That looks huge.
So now I'm like, do I buy the goblin?
Yes, get the goblin. I've been waiting to get the Ock from that line, but I can't find them for a good price.
You could make a whole sewer system for a Dio and take up the same space.
I did.
That's the problem. I already have the 1/12 Dio, and then I'm going to make another sewer system.
I did end up getting the Mezco Doc Ock. I pre-ordered that.
Oh, I did too. Yeah. First, as soon as I got up, I didn't get out of bed. I pre-ordered Doc Ock, and then I got out of bed and got ready for work.
I really like the goblin, so
I love them all. I know people have a problem with the Spider-Man head, and I agree, it's too big. But they look really good, and they photograph really well. And clearly, you can get alternate heads from any number of great customizers out there that will better scale to it.
That's exactly what I did, and a whole body too.
You did the whole Revoltech body swap thing, didn't you?
Yeah, and it still holds up. It goes well. It still goes well with the Mezco Goblin. I'll say that. I haven't taken a photo of it yet, and I'm planning on it. It's just getting that energy to set up a Dio like that big of.
My goblin lives next to me on my desk because I love him.
He's behind me. He's
just like, I'll fly by. He's gonna go back over here.
It's so good. I love that goblin, and I like that they're doing the villains.
Yes.
That's true.
I want to see Mysterio next.
Oh my god,
that could be cool. A classic Mysterio could be really cool.
Give them all.
I think a classic Electro could be cool. Then you could do that picture. Remember the picture that was going around for a while? Like Matt, you used to send it around. It was like
the picture.
Me
and the boys. Yeah, the picture. I say me and the boy. You knew exactly what I meant.
I know which one you're talking about now.
Like exactly.
Yep. We need a Rhino.
Yeah, we need a Rhino.
Well, for the Rhino, the Marvel Legends will.
Yeah, the Marvel Legends can do.
That's
fine,
true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Steve says Mezco's big guys never articulate well.
No, you're right.
But how much articulation do you need at a Rhino? I mean, really, so.
Pretty, I like my Rhinos get a little freaky, so a lot of articulation.
Well,
have you ever seen Ace Ventura? No, sorry.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
If you learn one thing about Tom tonight, he likes his rhinos to get a little freaky.
That's all I want people to take away.
Yeah, that's it. And also, Steve apparently would color in his coloring books and convince himself that he needed to color them out so the paper character could breathe.
That's amazing. That
there
is
you
a
go.
beautiful,
Interesting.
beautiful
Yeah.
brain you have there, Steve.
Of course they need a friend. I remember pre-ordering that Andrew, and when Toys Wonderland went to pre-order, what pre-order?
Ooh,
Because you
I would
ordered.
not recommend.
Never
Would
use
not-
Toys Wonderland.
Would not
Ooh.
recommend Toys Wonderland.
Do not. You're just asking for pain, struggle,
Oof.
and awfulness. Yeah.
Dom says Mezco Lizard.
I would 100%, especially
There you
that kind of like old classic face from like
Mhm.
the 67 cartoon.
That like weird, like
Yes.
pushed in.
Yes.
It's kind of like it's like
I love
elongated,
it.
but also pushed in.
But
Yeah.
it's like it never looked the same. However, he turned, it always worked beautifully. I love it.
Let's see. Hot Toys make more Spidey game villains. Oh God, I'm really with the times. I just started Spider-Man 2, so I'm
Well, you finished Miles, which I'm happy you're sticking to
Miles
that
was good.
timeline.
Yeah.
That was really good. It was a nice,
Miles was
short,
good.
concise story too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Mystical Lizard would be awesome. Yeah. Yeah. I just and I'm how far did I get in it? No, I'm not that far in it at all. I think we like I just got the web wings or something. Like I just
That's the opening. Like
That's the
battle
opening.
against no,
like,
you're
you
battling
like-
Sandman in the very
Oh.
beginning.
Oh no, it was like the first like mission with the web wings. Like you're just like playing around with them and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry. I just like they just stole Lee. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's
Yeah,
a little
they just
further.
showed- yeah, like
Yeah.
Craven just showed up on New York. Yeah. So yeah, in case you guys don't know, like spoiler alert for a game that's been out for almost 2 years already. Craven's in this game.
Not 2
so.
years. It was
Came
out
out
in
this year,
October.
didn't it?
Really?
Yeah,
It was only
but-
October?
in the past calendar year.
Yeah, you're not that
What
far.
is- What is time? It is a flat circle. Didn't we explain this already? So
We've come full circle on it because I think that was at the start of the episode.
We gotta have
not just a
Tom
hat
like
rack,
this.
my friend.
We gotta have you back again. Look at
Well,
that.
he's not
He's-
leaving. We don't have to leave yet.
I
so.
know he doesn't have to leave yet. I'm just saying we have to have him back again. He's fully prepared. He's between 2 Sentinels right now. Look at him.
Yeah.
I
So,
changed this back up just
he changed it.
for this show. I was like, I need to be between 2 Sentinels while I'm on between 2 Sentinels.
There you go.
Yeah, you did more work than most guests. I'll tell you that. So
You did more work than us because
I even
my other
showered before the show, so yeah.
my
shower
other
before
Sentinel
streams is what we
is-
do.
yeah.
When you
yeah.
said that to me in the chat, I was like, I know that well. I just came out of the shower, but I didn't want to say that in a private chat. I was like, I'll say
Yeah,
that live
hey.
in front of everybody.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It's much better that way.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, I think you should. I'm gonna try to get a thing going in San Diego while we're at the content house because I think we're about ready to start the road to San Diego. I want to do cereal with the creators. So every morning we're just gonna have like a big bowl of
Hell
cereal.
yes.
We're gonna eat cereal. So come on over for breakfast and we'll have some cereal and we'll nosh and talk.
I love that idea because I am so too old for the rush to the con first thing in the morning now. I'm just like
Yeah.
everybody in the hotel room knows that we roll out of bed when we roll out of bed and we go get breakfast and coffee first. Then we'll go to the con. Unless there's like something really special,
Right.
we'll plan that one day that we'll rush there
Yeah.
in the morning. Every other day, take it easy.
So let's start a fight. What's your favorite cereal?
Oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna just be lame as hell. I can't handle like a lot of sugar, so I do have my cereal. I have cereal almost every morning. I get this stuff from Costco. It's like a trail mix kind of cereal, so it has like oats and nuts and like fucking dried berries and stuff in it. And then I mix it with a little bit of Special K, and then I put a little bit of granola on top, and then that's my breakfast every morning.
Bearded says cornflakes. You got a little bit of granola. I've never heard you. What if we get you some muesli? Is that what you want for breakfast? So
Sure.
Shredded wheat.
I'll be nice and regular at Comic-Con. Yes.
Time for my 12 o'clock.
You're making me want to actually go get this box because it's actually really good cereal.
Go for it. Go for it. Let's show it off. I'm happy. No,
Go get
yeah.
this shit.
Oh,
I'll be
go
back.
get that. Go get it. You get it. You get that cereal. Yeah,
By
it's
the
not off.
way,
Yeah,
I have
go for it.
I have one of these coming your way. by
I know
the way.
you told me it's
Yeah.
it was supposed to be a surprise, but
Surprise.
I'm very excited for it.
Yeah.
Look, I said it. It's a great figure. I just wish it can't. Oh, it does look like a good.
It's more.
I like that it's called Morning Summit because I feel like that's what's going to happen after you eat it. So
They're really big about almonds are the first ingredients.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a Wilford Brimley cereal, Tom?
I'll be honest with you. I'm laughing, but I don't really get that joke. So
No, it's Wilford Brimley. Yeah.
Who's
Rob
Wilford
Breeder.
Brimley?
Yeah. You know if you saw him. I'm also a big Cheerios guy. They soak up the milk real loose. All right, so here is always the second question: milk first or cereal first?
Cereal first.
Okay, cool. So I was gonna say you're not a psychopath.
Everything's just gonna float if you pour the milk in first.
Hey, just I gotta figure out what's going on here. Josh Brown says I come back and Tom is holding cereal. Organized chaos tonight, buddy. That's what is happening tonight.
Another question. Finish what Seymour was saying.
I was craving fruity pebbles and brought back oatmeal and fruit. I feel like I missed something. Did you?
My other question is, if you still have milk left over, do you add more cereal?
Yes.
I drink the milk.
Yes.
Usually.
Oh, you drink the milk. Okay.
Yeah. Let's just go for it. It has the little chunks of the cereal in it and whatnot. It's delicious.
Yeah.
There was a place in LA that used to make specific alcoholic drinks, but they used milk that had cereal sitting in it. So it would always be like flavored like Fruity Pebbles or flavored like all this stuff. And it was, those drinks are great.
Yeah.
You'd be sitting on the toilet though for days afterwards, but worth it.
Do you bite the string cheese or you pull the string cheese?
You asking me? I'm lactose intolerant, but I would pull the string cheese.
Well, there you go. Anders, way to be, I don't know. I don't even know where he's going with that. No, you pull the string cheese. Nobody bites it. Same with Kit Kat. Add more cereal always. Yes, add more cereal until I've eaten half the box. Like Jay Shot said, I ain't no quitter. That's it. Ain't no quitter. Mama ain't right, no quitter. So then more milk. And the cycle continues.
And the cycle continues.
Until the box is empty.
Until you run out of either cereal or milk.
Milk. And that's it. That's
the perfect ending is if you run out of both.
I ran out of both today.
I had Mercial and top it off with milk. Yeah, there you go. Pass, not a psycho. There you go. All right, cool. So now that we've established you're not a psycho, an hour and 21 minutes into the show.
Do we know anybody that adds the milk first, then the cereal?
I don't.
I'd assume Toy Father, but that's about it.
This guy's not even here to defend himself. He's doing his own show.
It's true. He probably would add the milk first.
I know. A bowl of milk and then cereal in your hand? What? Well, there you go. That's close.
Hey, Manic Mike, true to the name. I like it.
Steve, that's so sad, Steve. That's so sad. So sad. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Is there a better combo than cereal and Robo's Weekly?
I do like to eat cereal while watching Robo's Weekly.
What's Robo's Weekly?
I don't know. On YouTube.
Oh.
I'll be honest, I'm rarely ever on YouTube, so I'm very not well versed in all the shows and stuff like that.
Tom, you're on it right now.
You're on YouTube now.
No, technically I'm on StreamYard, and StreamYard I know very well. So
I love we were both making the same joke. Top.
It's like we both looked in the camera. He doesn't know.
Watch now as Tom realizes he's on YouTube.
I gotta get out of here.
I gotta tell my mom. I eat cereal, and if there's milk left over from the full spurt, yep, that's exactly it. We need a toys in cereal challenge. Oh, okay. Hey, we've never done a challenge before. You want to do a challenge?
Good challenge.
Yeah.
Tom, only if Tom will do it with us.
How long out will the actual photo be due?
How long?
If I shoot it now, I will have it edited at least by next month.
Dude, I'm cool with saying have it ready for San Diego.
Yeah.
Oh yes, then 100%. Yeah.
Hell yeah, Steve! Congratulations, you've outshotted J Shot. You've J-shotted J Shot. And we will have our first. We'll have our first toys and cereal challenge. We'll have our first behind two Sentinels. I can't even get the name of our. I bought a sign. I can't even get the name of our own show right. We'll have our first Between Two Sentinels toy challenge. Look at that! There we go. All right.
I like it.
Cool.
I like that it involves cereal too.
Yeah. We'll have Tom. We'll have Tom back, and we'll vote. We'll vote, or are we just gonna? Are we gonna millennial this? Everybody's a winner.
Everybody's a winner.
Everybody's a winner. All right. Everybody.
I hate competitions personally. Yeah. I don't do them.
There you go. All right. There you go. If your Crumble Nature Valley to milk is a cat of cereal for you, Dom, it does. Anyone else? No. But for you, yes. because Tom is the Nature Valley boy. So
There's been a lot of Nature Valley talk in the chat.
Tom is the Nature Valley boy. All right, toys and cereal.
He likes it when
coming.
he holds a granola bar and it just falls apart instantly in his hand. He just likes that crumble dust feeling.
Yeah, it's tacos fall apart. We love them too. So it's
good
right?
point.
That's
I
it.
fall
So,
apart and I love myself. So there you go.
You gotta love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, who's gonna love you?
Probably nobody.
This is so inspirational.
Right? Look at us. Look at us. Anywho, what else you got?
Did you have that coffee cup there just for that one point? Because it was like an inspirational. I didn't see you hold up a coffee mug at all through the rest of this entire show.
You haven't pulled that up. Usually,
I have, but I've been doing it like this. I haven't had it by the handle. So
I also thought maybe you were just bringing your face to the mug. Because usually you're always taking sips out of it. Right?
I wouldn't do that anymore. Your camera's too high to do that.
Oh, good God. Okay. See, like I'm teaching all the tricks. Well, now we've officially gone full circle. All right. When's your next? So,
Fuck if I know.
I don't know.
we did a Sunday episode like 2 weeks ago, and I think we all liked it so much that it'll probably wind up becoming our new day instead of Fridays. But I don't know if that's actually true. I'm just speaking out my ass. Ask Trevor. I'm not the guy. Ask Trevor.
That's right. Well, whatever the show's on, be sure to watch Tom on it.
There you go. You got it.
Oh, that's it. And if you're at San Diego Comic-Con, which is the next con coming up, track Tom down, say hi. Track us down, say hi. I think we've got a toy show on Sunday, Matt. We're going to try to do it. Trevor says Sunday at some time. Oh, yeah, you're going away.
Yeah.
You're going to go, sorry, what you call
Wall XD.
Wall XD. You're going to go wall it up. The walls on this guy. So
I can't wait to see all of your Wall XD parts together. Knowing how much you got, I cannot wait to see it.
I love that everybody thought you were shipping your walls to me.
Dread.
Like, yeah,
it's a realization in my eyes right now. Where am I going to put all that? I'm just going to live in that. I'm just going to line my garage with Wall XD.
Just line the walls. Oh, but all right. So then you're going away. You got to pack. You're going to leave Friday. Come back next week. Mm-hmm. We'll have a show next week. I think as long as nothing crazy happens, we'll have a show next week. And that's it. So Tom, thank you, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging with us. And dude, thank you just for being you, man. Thank you for inspiring us. So
thank you guys for being here and also on your own show and inviting me.
We try to
take part in this. This is a lot of fun. You guys do a great show.
How can we keep up with you?
Yeah.
You can follow me at EyeofUatu on Instagram. I am also on Twitter, though I don't really post there that often. But yeah, really just Instagram. That's how you follow me. That's pretty much it. That's all I do.
All right. And Steve says, such a fun show, guys. Thanks. Thank you, Steve, for the super hat and and for the idea. So we'll put that together and we'll go from there. But until then, go make some content. Go be proud of yourselves and roll that out, Machu.
Later.
Bye.